Hello and welcome back for more Dungeon Ascenders. Today I am going to be once again attempting my Ironman challenge with Series EV this time. It's kind of a struggle since they pushed back when you unlock SAM units, so I don't have them to deal with the wyverns on Magus Quarters at all or anymore. Hopefully, I'm actually able to get a decent enough weapon to actually be able to handle them. So I'm just going to jump straight into this. Welcome, Raymond. Welcome, Retallic. Of course, the positioning on these beams seems to be the one thing I always forget every time. It's been a while since I've done this, but I think I remember exactly how to do that this time. Pretty sure that's the spacing. To make sure that both icon beams are able to hit the goblin that goes that way first wave, as well as the archers that spawn next wave. I also made sure that I looked at the quality of weapon I can realistically get to at least upgrade level 16 before I have to deal with the wyverns. I guess in time to deal with the swarms of wyverns. And unfortunately that quality is only stocky. I really thought it was higher, but that's probably the reason I've been struggling so much for upgrades on higher quality weapons. Thank you, Boris, for 3 months of subscribing now. It's not yet hidden moves or EXP bonuses. There we are. Yeah, hello Boris and welcome in. So I just need my physical beam here. It looks like I probably got my positioning right on the beams this time. So, what I actually remembered that. If I didn't, then I probably would have needed to do an early reset. Probably should have equipped that. Instead of just boxing it. Oh well. Rather big deal, I don't think. I don't think I didn't need to use my weapon at all on this map. It's not a big deal if I don't immediately pick one up. Find some in damage. I should really be getting these beams up already. Make sure I line this one along this line. Oh, this one's slightly shifted over. I think that's right. Then this one should be along this side. Just to make sure the orcs can't get around the beams. I think it took a little too long there. At least get this up. Of course, I am, as always, waiting to open the chests until after the combat phase starts for better drops. I think it's a really slow reload. Make sure you don't get hit. My defenses should be fine. Go ahead and keep building up over here. I mentioned this in my Discord server, but not really anywhere else. There was a huge lock. Huge lock match between two of the other teams. I believe it was yesterday. That ended up being a really good watch. Definitely more close and intense than the round 1 matches. That was between our first opponents, Heroes of Hoenn and Masochists, which is of course Manor's team. There's not enough room for this. Oh well. And for those who aren't aware of who Manor is, he's the one who ended up just barely beating me in the finals of the previous cage lock. Ew. I think that alone can, I guess, tell you how interesting it is. But I don't really want to spoil some of the things that happened. Right? Well, in comparison, the first round cage matches ended up being very one-sided, including the one my team won. That being said, there is still one more round 1 match that needs to happen. Because that's not the right stat. Because of issues with needing to replace one of the players that ghosted, and it was kind of a mess. But anyway, I haven't played this game since last time, which was about a month ago, so I'm probably a bit rusty. Seems like I've been saying that past several times I've played this game. At least I seem to remember what I'm doing. But that's probably at least partially due to the fact that I put in the effort to check on some things before starting. Like the proper positioning of my blockades on the throne room, because that's what ended up being my downfall. On my last attempt, that actually managed to get through Magus Quarters. Then dump points into my health stats, because I'm going to need it. Incredibly deeper one on Series EV compared to other classes I've done this challenge with is very easy. I struggled a lot with other classes on this map. And no, with Series EV the struggle comes later. The projectile speed bonus on these stabs, at least on some of these stabs, is horrendous. Likely not even usable. That really... And this is probably better than what I'm holding. Because this thing doesn't have any charge speed bonus at all. So the attack rate is going to be abysmal. Not really worth the extra projectiles. The thing is, higher damage and higher upgrade levels, but the charge speed bonus is much worse. Honestly, I'm not sure what the likelihood is of me getting another staff with additional projectiles that not only has 2 additional projectiles, but is also stocky quality and has at least 15 upgrade levels. Which kind of makes me sad that I had a stuff like that and ended up whiffing that run because of my blockade placement. Nothing's really standing out to me right now for a stat stick weapon. +2. Beam tick rate is... okay, +5 power damage is pretty decent. I'll probably stick with that one. Sure, arme +4 beam tick rate is decent enough, I think. +3 hero health is not the best. +4 hero damage. Also not the best, but alright, I guess. Honestly, it's probably worth it to just go for the power stats. I'm not going to need... well, it's gonna be useful on wave 1. And maybe it's worth keeping. Ace boots are decent, but I can't equip them yet. I'm probably not going to be able to do better than this stuff for the time being. Everything else is either lacking in damage or charge speed. Alright. Just... meh. This is the other item that... or other staff that's potentially useful. I don't think the projectile speed bonus is worth it. Quite frankly, the downside to going with it is just losing out on the tower stats. Let's just sell that. Move on to Foundries and Forges. Which, again, is a fairly straightforward map. For Series EV at least. I was stuck on this map for so long with Countess. But that was... it feels like a long time ago at this point. Go ahead and make sure I space my blockades properly. Yeah, I've been putting the time into video editing and scrubbing VODs for clips. Which is the reason Well, editing is the main reason I haven't been streaming that much or that often lately. It's pretty much just been once a week. But I am struggling to catch up on that. Third run and bun video should be up by tomorrow. But seems like it. Well, I shouldn't say seems like. It actually took 2 months for me to finish those 2 videos, which is way too slow if they want to actually catch up rather than just trying not to fall further behind. Really not dealing enough damage here. I'm going to need to find a better weapon. Which hopefully I'm actually able to do. And I guess there's no guarantee of that, which is kind of where the problem lies. Trying to do this challenge with Series AV. It's way too dependent on what weapons I'm able to get. It also seems like stabs in general are more difficult to get good versions of because a lot of what makes them good isn't guaranteed on every staff. I'll be honest, the placement on these reflection beams feels really sloppy. Or at least that middle one. I've got... Oh, I don't really have time to rebuild it. I'm just gonna have to leave it as is. At least I shouldn't need to use my weapon anymore on this map. I can, for the most part, let my defenses take care of it. And if needed, bait the archers onto the beams. Like, that's largely unnecessary though. It's just this one left. And then I can get more beams up before the rest of these spawn. Or get to my defenses rather. I did kind of mess up my positioning there. I had to redo it. I'm gonna have to beat this archer. And this one. There we are. These, enlightening. Let's get my tick rate up to 10. And then I can put some points into casting rate so that I can out-repair the ogre damage in the last wave. That's really the only threat on this map. All I really need is, I think, like +3. I don't even really need +5s. Probably better to go for +5 anyway, just in case. If I can manage that. +4 is probably more realistic though. Not enough time to grab all of those. Probably should have just gone straight to the chest instead of checking for mana drops. I can go pick these up. And I need to get the last 2 proton beams up. Which I probably should have done before the wave started, but I'm not sure that I actually would have been able to do that. At least I could get the XP bonus for this upcoming wave. Casting rate up to 2. I should be able to get it up to +5. I should get at least 1 level off this wave. I have plenty of mana for upgrades at the moment. It'd be kind of a waste of time to go all the way down for just a few mana crystals. Having higher casting rate would probably make it more worth it though. Right. I do need to make sure I pick these up. I'd say that worked out. The lack of green staves I'm saying is concerning. Don't want to trigger the kobolds. I can do more upgrades. Make sure I'm out of the blast radius. It seems like, aside from the lackluster item drops, this run is going smoothly so far. Of course, that's not... or the item drops aren't something I can really control. All I can do is maximize my odds of getting something good, which I think I has been doing. I've been making sure I open every single chest during the combat phase. Making sure I pick everything up. I'm not missing any. Should go ahead and upgrade the blockades now. They took a bit of damage from the kobolds. Okay. At some points into hero damage just for the wyverns mixed map. I think I'm good on stats for dealing with the rest of this one. That was the right target, I think. I did upgrade this one, didn't I? No, I didn't. No, the blockades should be upgraded. Welcome, balls. Thank you for the bless. Hopefully that means I can get some good equipment. Oh, those are auto-selling. My bad. They weren't green at least, so the odds of them actually being decent were very low. It shall be cursed at random intervals. I'd rather you not do that. I've been dealing with an item drops as it is. But it ends. Finish upgrading all these 12 seal. That way I am better prepared to deal with the ogre. Come on. That is not at all what I was trying to target. There we are. Now I need to upgrade this. Make sure it don't get blown up here. And then repair the blockade, which I have more than enough casting rate for. I didn't need to repair it anymore. Ogre's already over half dead. Make sure I just win. There we are. Make sure you pick everything up, including the mana because I need it for upgrades. Some points into hero health. So I can actually deal with the wyverns without dying. That seems like everything. Alright. Hopefully, one of these weapons is actually good. This thing at least looks better than what I'm using. It doesn't mean it's great. Something I can't even use yet. This still just looks worse. Again, can't use these. Yeah, none of these stabs look even comparable to this one. Oh well. Guess that's the one I'm gonna have to upgrade. Anything give better than +5 tower damage? I'm not seeing it. And some of these that I can't actually use yet give better bonuses, but that doesn't exactly help me at the moment. Probably not worth giving up beam tick rate for a casting rate. Air damage might be worth it. Help deal with the wyverns. Here, let's go for it. I mean, the drop in fire damage resistance might actually do more harm than good. This looks a lot better. This is definitely better than the small health boost. This gives better stats but worse resistances. Probably worth taking anyway. Okay, this just looks good. I don't know why the game thinks this is better. It doesn't even have more upgrade levels. That can't be the reason. A lot of the time, upgrade levels will be the reason the game evaluates an item to be better than another one. This might be worth going for. Sure. Seems like I'm investing a lot in hero health from equipment though. This means I need to make sure I don't slack off on my power damage stats. It gives a lot more hero health, but probably not worth it. Welcome, Ocean. Nintendo Pie. Thank you for the 2 months. Let me do the health check. Health has been checked. Currently at work right now, so you'll be lurking a bit. Hope I'm doing well. Thank you. I think I'm doing well. Hopefully, work is going alright for you today. Probably going to be able to max out this thing's levels during the next map. And I could do it anyway if I sell some stuff, probably. Is it worth selling all this right now? It probably is. Alright, I'm just gonna do it. I can max this thing out. Not have to worry about it on the next map. Hopefully it's good enough. Pretty boring, which is a good thing. Glad to hear it, I guess. I know, Soul. Now for the map of truth. Is this a run? I'll be honest, it's not looking good, but still gonna go for it. Need to replace that properly. Blockade here. Photon beam here. Kind of nice that if you know enemy pathing behavior, you can oftentimes position defenses properly where you don't actually need to cover the entire... Okay, getting hit by that was stupid. The entire area that they could theoretically end up approaching from. Fortunately, lost out on some experience letting myself get hit there. Beans up on that side. Try getting them up over here. Good enough, I guess. It's like... Oh, is this goblin? No, the goblin got killed by the beam. Okay. Keep putting bees up. Welcome, Amos. How's it going? It's going well, I think, aside from my equipment not being the best so far. How are you? I'm not sure whether I'm pronouncing that right. You just... bullcrap? Probably warning for a big chunk of people. It is... what, like 10:40-ish here? Wyverns spawn next wave, I'm pretty sure. And I can probably get an idea of how well this weapon does against them. 32 AM for you. So yeah. Looks like UK and Portugal, I think. If I recall correctly. Hang on. How was I supposed to position these again? Because I need 12 defense units for buff beams. Puts me at 76. I have 24 left. With 24... That's kind of an awkward number. I don't remember how exactly I was doing this before. I think I had... Was I using 6 or costs here? Maybe? Is there enough room for that? Seems like kind of a tight fit. Okay, I'm going to need more points in air damage, I think. I'm gonna try getting more beams up. Maybe squeeze all these in here? And this definitely isn't right. At least only my buff beams up. Hey, why did it say 24? It's 14. That's what I'm being wrong. Save. Maybe the chance unit's not 100. A lot of laser beams. Yeah, that's kind of just how this character works. Here come the wyverns. Hopefully, I don't struggle with them too much. Could be worse, I guess. Need to make sure I open these chests. Okay, yeah, I think I remember what setup I was using now. I need to sell that. Wait, that just got rid of the buff beam. My bad. Kinda forgot that was going to happen. Smash to rebuild, right? And then build these, which should be 3 cost. No more upgrades I need to do at this point. Or equipment upgrades, I should say. Is 10 going to be enough? Just put more in beam damage. Investing more than that in cure damage probably isn't going to be worth it. At least for now. I'll also be upgrading my buff beams. It looks like an ad break is starting in a few minutes. I am going to be taking a break when that happens. It's going to be 8 wyverns this wave. The clusters of 3 are usually difficult to deal with. That could have gone a whole lot worse, I have to say. Maybe I can actually get through this map this time. Guess I underestimated this weapon. Let's not jump in the lava. Buff beams level 2 now. All the buff beams are level 2 now. Make sure I get all the ends out of the chests. Get my buff beams up to level 3. Then I should probably just start upgrading everything else to level 1. Just to minimize the odds of anything going down. Never played this game before. It's a really fun game. I definitely recommend getting it on a sale, but it's also designed to be a multiplayer game and not many people play it anymore. Answer is starting at the end of this phase, so I'll go ahead and take my break. Be back in a few minutes. Alright, answer over. I am back. This is the final wave, which means there are going to be 16 wyverns. There is one per side, then 4 per side, then 3 per side. And the time between, I guess, mini waves of wyverns is longer than on previous waves, so there is that at least. Welcome back, thank you. Welcome to Dagger. Did it fall off or did people just lose interest? It's kind of an old game. And it's not really everyone's thing, I don't think. Great take that. I did miss a green chest plate there. Unfortunately. Bit of a mistake on my part. Maybe shouldn't be bothering to pick up all these items. Should be focusing on upgrades and watching for wyverns. Welcome, Lime. Wyvern should be coming soon. Pistol is already damaged from last wave. Hopefully it looks like my decoy actually managed to distract them effectively there. That helped a lot. I am very surprised that the aggro range is that large. I'd be interested in the carry to level 80. Not really, I'm doing a challenge run right now. I completely missed that spawn. I completely threw there. My bad. Oh well. But yeah, I think getting carried kind of kills the fun of games in general. Welcome, Real. It's need to reset. The thing is, I had that too. I just got distracted and didn't see the wyvern spawn. That was a really bad mistake on my part.
My prices are not negotiable.
Now I can install this.
This is all over. Oh, that'll look nice on
Make it token.
And a new adventure.
Put that in the folder. Go on to the next attempt, I guess.
Etheria.
85% of the game's content is in late game. I mean, it really just depends on how you look at it. I basically have only ever played this game solo. I think I positioned that really, hang on. And I used to play on Xbox where all you really had was main story plus the Eternity Assurance. And the difficulty only ever went up to insane. Yeah, I don't really like playing with random people. And be playing the new Rivals event. It's fun with that. You're talking about Marvel Rivals? I haven't played that game in a long time. Over a year, actually. Really not a big video game fan. Sure, you get all the XP bonuses. And my points and beam damage. With physical beam. Here, there's enough room for a reflection beam in front. It's like the 5 mana crystal that extra drops did not get eaten. But seems like it usually does. Maybe I should make sure that I just don't pick it up until after I've already put up the physical beam. Yes, Pie? I'm really kicking myself for throwing that run. I had no business throwing it. Putting points in tower damage. Make sure I pick up everything. Just peeking at me, don't mind you. Why are you gonna make me self-conscious? It's ironic saying that as a streamer. I've gotten much more used to having people watch me play games, as I'm sure you can imagine. That being said, I'm usually playing games that I'm at least competent at playing. Wait, why am I upgrading these? I should be building more beams. My bad. It's him just getting distracted again. You want to watch me play something that I'm not competent in? But you watched me play Silk Song, didn't you? You watched me play Peak. I'm pretty bad at Peak. You watched me play Astro Party when I was brand new to it. Hopefully I can get all my beams up before the wave starts so I can actually get my XP bonus. More beam damage. A clade peak. I only ever streamed it once. And I never actually played it that much in general. But I did get a game and I have played it. I exceeded your expectation, Enmaz. Still waiting for the incompetent game. I am afraid of how badly you want to see me fail. Okay, I did actually get all my defense units built. At the cost of not picking up some of the items it has. Oh well. Did it really bring on my downfall? Yeah, that's what it feels like. Rather, that's the impression I'm getting here. Oh yeah, didn't you see me play Valorant? That's a pretty good example of me being incompetent at a game. Okay, how are you still coming after me? You went to bed? Yes, that's true. And then I uninstalled Valorant again. You never got another opportunity. What other games am I genuinely terrible at? That I wouldn't need to reinstall. I was also garbage at CSGO. I was garbage at Marvel Rivals. Despite the fact that I was able to hit Diamond. I absolutely did not deserve Diamond. There was something therapeutic about the HLD streams. Yeah, as I've said, Hyperlight Driscoll did kind of end up being my comfort game with just how well I got to know it. Plus the game is just really atmospheric in general. Despite its difficulty. You Diamond? Yeah, as I said, I did not deserve Diamond. I do not know how I got it. I am garbage at shooter games. Can't remember what ranks you got to, but didn't you ranked all that much. It is a fairly different game from Crick Play, I think. A lot of the time in Crick Play, you just end up in matches with bots is the thing. Real. Let's see what I got. In this hose. Lower base damage. Lower upgrade levels. Hopefully not worth it. Higher charge speed bonus, but again, lower or fewer upgrade levels. Characters that I like. I was a Storm main. I played her when she was really bad, and then when she was really good, and then a little bit when she was more balanced. And then I stopped playing. It's crazy. I got diamond, you're stuck in gold. Nature of team-based games. Yeah, team-based games in general can be struggle to climb in. Because sometimes you do just get a worse team despite the fact that eventually you will be able to climb if you deserve it. Okay, this was fairly high damage. The problem is the -8 charge speed bonus. It kind of just ruins the weapon. Unfortunate. You're a Helen man? Wait, is Helen the invisible woman or is someone else? No, wait. I don't know Marvel characters all that well, to be honest. I never really got into Marvel. The Green Girl? It doesn't even narrow it down, really. Also might have been a character that was added after I stopped playing. Alright. I'm getting a bit distracted here. This equipment kind of bites. Or at least these helmets do. Let's go for the generic damage resistance. Or maybe her name was Hella? A DPS character? Because I did play some Hella. But again, wasn't very good. But you for it. No, we'll just keep the hero health, I guess. Your health isn't really gonna be important on the next map. I'll take the tower damage. And with the weird antler-looking helmet. Yes, that's one way to put it. But wait, wasn't there another character that kind of looked like that, but a healer? Is this really the best I have? kind of sad if that's the case. And even worse than we ended up with last time. I guess I am still one map earlier than I was then. I think I just have to stick with this for now. If I get something better on the next map. Go ahead and unlock that. I have a better stat stick. And I'll take the tower stats over Shiro Hells. As I said, that's not really going to be useful on this next map. Why am I even locking that? Not going to be worth equipping ever. Honestly, these are all pretty bad in general. I'm just gonna take this for later. Alright, on to Foundries and Forges. I don't even know why I cared that much about what's going to be useful on this map, because this map is going to be fairly easy anyway. This one Aster is going to end up being difficult. Thank you both for the bless. Of course, putting up my physical beams. Go ahead and put my Puritan beams here. Before I circle around. I think I made a mistake last time of not doing that. And they ended up having what's time to actually take down the enemies coming. It's probably... yeah, this weapon feels really weak, and I don't understand what's going on with that goblin. It's like it got caught on the corner or something. And I'm letting myself get hit. This is already a mess. Kind of sad that seems like my charge speed bonus is just slightly too slow to handle those easily. Or yes, to protect the blockade rather. Also, why does it sound like there's a pitched noise coming from somewhere? At least we can lock down the archers. What? Kate is taking a bit of damage. Pick these up. Looks like they placed that a little awkwardly. That's the other one that I placed awkwardly. Get more of these up. We can actually position them properly. I'm honestly not sure that I'm ever going to do another challenge for Hyperlight Jester. Because honestly, I'm not even sure what that would entail. Alright. I should start over here. Work my way around. And make sure I actually pick these up. Still not sure exactly how to avoid drawing aggro from any of the archers there. It seems like they end up targeting me through the wall and going around it. Go ahead and put these up. I shouldn't need to use my weapon at all. Just need to distract this archer, I guess. I also forgot to put up reflection beams, but didn't end up mattering. And do it this way of. More points in victory. The last of those up. Get my reflection beams. And then I should be able to fill out the rest of my defense units. The Pruton here. And a Proton here. Make sure I'm ready to open the chests. Not miss any items this time. Of course, the archer still comes for me. Right, that's everything picked up. Time to upgrade. Rest of this map should go smoothly. Or should be pretty straightforward. Also, why is OBS still capturing my Steam notifications? It really shouldn't be. I'm not really sure how to fix that. Steam overlay? Is there a setting for that? I don't remember it happening before. It might be an issue with what kind of capture source I have Dungeon Defender specifically as in OBS. I could have sworn that wasn't an issue with Hyperlight Drifter when I was streaming that. That was the quest called? Almost was not paying attention and just walked into that kobold. Somehow managed to avoid drawing aggro. I mean, friend notifications, so you're not sure how to turn that off. Yeah, that's what it is referring to. But I'm pretty sure it's an OBS setting. Okay, this was a greedy spot to start this upgrade. They were punished. I'm trying to feel my stomach getting upset. To be honest, I probably was never going to be streaming that long tonight, considering how late I started. More points in hero damage. They can deal with wyverns more easily. Make sure I upgrade the chains after taking a beating from the kobolds. Plus the enemies on wave 1. Should upgrade these to level 1. Am I missing anything? It does not look like it. I just picked up a 10. Guess that was it. Not need to worry about the equipment right now. Just take the mana and run. This may be a bit greedy there. Should have plenty mana for upgrades now. Everything on these cheese sides up to level 2. I just thought that kobold hit me and almost died. My bad. That means I not only almost through the run, but needlessly lost out on XP. Which obviously is not good. Despite the fact that I'm actually remembering what I'm supposed to be doing, I still seem to be kind of out of it and making silly mistakes. You just stay out of range of the kobolds, out of range of the ogre, and you tear the blockade. And this map should be one. Here. Make sure I pick up everything. Those points in hero health. At least it doesn't look like I'm too far behind on experience. Of course, that difference is going to be less and less relevant as the run goes on, but still doesn't feel great. Okay, let's hope for something good. And assume that's... Oh, right, it's just that the charge speed bonus is low. Oh, that and the upgrade levels. That has an awful projectile speed bonus. It seems much better for individual projectiles. I shouldn't say that. It's just that the charge speed bonus is really high. It just doesn't seem very good, even though it's a higher level. I think this is what I'm gonna have to go with. This I can probably get to max projectiles, but the damage is gonna be way too low. Definitely not worth it. One for a stat stick. Plus 5 tower damage is not bad. Either that or plus 6 hero damage. I think for now I probably need the hero damage just for the wyverns. Can't decrypt that yet. A 6 tower damage. I'm gonna block that. Potentially use later. Okay, definitely taking that much better than the helmet I was using. Let's see. Tower damage is pretty good. And it doesn't even have any negatives in the resistances, which is surprising. Probably want to keep the tower health there. This... I don't know. Obviously the casting rate is pretty good. And so is the fire resist, but the physical damage resist is significantly worse. Eh, I'll take it. I think it's probably worth it. My hero health is probably lacking a lot compared to last time, though. Is it worth taking this just for the hero health? Sure. I think it's more... It gives more immediately important stats. That is going to change. Okay, this is actually fairly good. I don't think I can... I'm just gonna lock it for now. I'm going to need power stats going into a chemical laboratory, which is the map after the next one. We shouldn't completely neglect that. You can keep in mind what I need right now and when I'm going to need later, instead of just focusing on one or the other. Speaking of which, where was that plus 6 to power damage on a weapon? There it is. Already have that locked. Okay. Go ahead and upgrade this. Min. Did I sell stuff? Improve on that. I sold this. Not enough for another upgrade. Now these items aren't going to be that useful for a while. Let's sell use place the things that yeah, I'll go and sell this just so I can finish upgrading this. And then I can use the other things later. Probably not going to need any more upgrade levels for this. Or if I am, then I'm realistically not going to be able to get enough upgrade levels. And put this up. Yeah, beep. Charge speed bonus on this feels really bad. I'm not sure how good this is even going to be. It's the best I have right now. Why did I come around this way? I think that was a long way around. There we are. Damages individual projectiles is, I think, comparable to the weapon I was using before. And there are more projectiles per shot. But it's shooting less frequently by surely large margin. Which is what I'm concerned about. But hopefully I can actually use the decoy properly and not get distracted. It ends up not being a problem. Or rather, so that I can compensate for the lack of attack rate. Need 5 next to each other. I actually remember I'm supposed to do this now. I don't worry about messing up like last time. Probably be getting up my reflection beams now, or at least start getting them up. Make sure I'm in position for the chest first and foremost. Well, again, gonna be able to max out my defense units time. I can make sure I do that for next wave. Nice chest. Oh, looks like ads are starting again in a few minutes. So, once again, you wanting to take a break at that time? We put up E. Order protons. Four cost in the middle. And 3 cost on the side. That should leave me with enough defense units to put up my buff beams. Which I of course unlock on this wave. Kind of hard to tell whether I'm positioning beams correctly sometimes just because of how many there are and how bright they are. And it just looks like a jumble of lasers. Which is kind of what it is. Like in the same spot. Yeah, this is the same map that I messed up on last time. Make sure I actually take care of the wyverns. The attack rate is so slow. Come on. I say basically delete the wyverns in melee range. Rather, I can delete a wyvern in melee range. Oh crap, ends are starting. I'm going to go ahead and take my break. I'll be back in a few minutes. Alright, ads are over. I am back. No more wyverns should be spawning on this wave. It's next wave when they really start becoming a threat. Go ahead and upgrade everything to level 1. Actually, I forgot. I should be upgrading my buff beans before anything else. My bad. Upgrade that. I should get my arrow damage up. Make sure I actually upgrade my buff beams. To make sure I actually pick up all the items. Also, can I upgrade this anymore? Not look like it. At least not for now. War wyverns are spawning. War crusade. Need to remember to actually use the decoy. Surprisingly, the decoy didn't die all that quickly. I'm wondering what determines the decoy's health, because I've had it just explode immediately. But it actually seems to be surviving a decent amount of time now. Does it scale off hero health? Or is it purely based on the level of the ability? Because I haven't invested in the ability level at all. Which is why I'm wondering. I accidentally did a repair there instead of an upgrade. I just realized I somehow managed to prevent the crystal from taking any damage there. And I'm pretty sure it was entirely due to the decoy. I guess that's probably what I should be making sure I take advantage of. Like, I kind of underrated the decoy before. Did it get buffed or something? I guess that's possible. I haven't paid back close attention to the patch notes. It's also possible that it's just always been good and I haven't been scaling it properly. Either way, I am very glad it's actually working now. probably look into the reason why, so that I can make sure that I actually replicate it. Make sure all my blockades are upgraded. Then I can upgrade my proton beams more, I guess. I need to make sure I'm ready for the wyverns. And again, this wave does have the most of any wave. I guess they had a crystal with ranged attacks that time. Which does mean I lose out on that experience, but I'll be honest, I was not expecting to get that experience anyway. Hopefully don't want to risk spending more time on that. And make sure I'm ready for the wyverns. Here they come. The largest group. Go ahead and decoy now. Okay. And then this next group is the one that I was not ready for last time. Let's make sure I do not make that same mistake again. Here they come. Queen now. There we are. All wyverns down. Now as long as I keep my defenses up and actually path this map, we're gonna upgrade that. Start on repairs. Ow. Not. They need to be repairing. Okay, can I just not get close enough to repair it safely? Guess I didn't need to. Fully. Okay. Finally past Magus Quarters. Again. Both time I made it this far was several attempts ago. Gotta make sure I pick up everything. I need to make sure I'm not neglecting my tower stats, because those are the most important thing going into this next map. I am not going to have to deal with wyverns again until Hall of Court. I'm probably just ignore most of these weapons. I am going to need a better one later. Go ahead and block everything I can't equip yet. I need better armor. Also cannot equip that. Okay, this is better, I think. The Knight of Fire Resist is rough, but other than that, it's better. This is definitely better. Actually gives decent tower stats. This also gives good tower stats, better tower stats. But the health probably worth using. Sure. Can't use that yet, but it gives pretty good tower damage. PS8 hero speed is kinda bad. Go ahead and equip this now. Since I'm not as pressed for tower health and for hero health, and I'm going to need better tower stats. Definitely equipping those. And those are pretty good overall. Yeah, this gives better tower stats. Worse hero stats. And worse resistances. Probably still worth it to you for the tower stats. It's the most important thing is I need to make sure that my proton beams buffed up with buff beams are able to take out all the enemies without relying on blockades at all. Otherwise, my boss strategy just does not work. I didn't have that stat stack. I know I had the +6 tower damage saved from last time. Is there any... Okay, this is definitely better. That gives the tower damage plus tower attack rate plus hero stats. Probably not going to have anything better than that for a little while at least. Still worth checking just in case, though. Yeah, that's it. We do not want to unlock everything. And to relock items before selling. Lock these. Is that? Okay, we're good. Okay. Onto Alchemical Laboratory. The first boss map. And mainly hoping that I don't have to worry about kobolds charging through my beams. I think that's positioned properly. This goes here. Looks right to me. Need to replicate that on this side. If kobolds are able to charge through, then they will just destroy my crystal. Is that really anything I can do about it? That there. And then one on this side. Welcome, Monica. How's the game going? It's going fairly well, I think. On the second challenge attempt of the day, the first one was going alright, but I kind of got distracted and didn't notice wyverns spawning and lost because of it. But this attempt is going better, I think. Maybe you're 11. Yeah, Therese B is definitely my favorite class in the game. I take it she's your favorite as well. Also getting that the way I'm playing the game is very different from how you play it. The thing that's bugged me for the longest time is that Series EV never got any kind of anti-air. So she was never really viable for this challenge. But because she was given the SAM units, attempting this challenge with her is actually really reasonable. But getting through Magus Quarters is still a massive pain. I'm playing solo, so the DU is well mine. Yeah, it does give you a lot of control over your defense, so you can plan things out very thoroughly. You play with people and it feels you feel bad about using up you certain beam angles of mine. Yeah, that's kind of the downside to playing with random people. With people you know, you can at least coordinate what you're doing. Which can be fun in its own right. But playing with randos tends to be not really my thing. But Ark was stuck on the staircase. Looks like it's unstuck now though. Right, and now I need the physical beam. Yeah, let's get more beam health. I need the physical beam right here. And that placement probably seems questionable. But there is a reason for it. I should go ahead and upgrade the buff beams. To pick up as much mana as I can before it auto banks. Well, a few stray crystals here and there, but not a big deal. It looks like I don't really need to worry about the kobolds with this setup. Guess my para stats are high enough. It would be nice if my physical beam was safe from the random enemies. If it goes down, then I'm gonna have to rebuild it and then potentially disrupts my experience bonus. It probably be that archer so that it walks into the beams. The shock beam not really used. It's not good, I have to admit. I think the enemies you generally want to stun with it, I am immune to it, but there can be niche uses for it in specific defense setups. I just personally has not found any use for it. On this map, I am specifically avoiding physical defenses. I don't really need any reflection beams, which is why I'm relying so much on the proton and buff beams. Thank you, Bulls, for the bless. Oh, let's have them all upgraded to level 3 now. Then I can start upgrading the proton beams. quite enough mana, it looks like. I'm gonna have to wait. Guess we'll start upgrading the proton beams in that case. They actually have a use for this time. Since time is definitely an important resource. Upgrade this. My priority is going to be... Let's not get hit and lose my XP bonus. It's going to be upgrading these proton beams by the physical beam. Why is that archer shooting the physical beam? Try to distract it without hitting it myself. That did not work. Oi! Stop shooting that. There we are. Already missed out on some EXP bonuses on earlier maps, so I'm trying to be extra careful not to lose them here. Should probably make sure they're all upgraded to level 1. I need to upgrade these to level 3 until... well, now I guess. Probably upgrade this. I don't think I'm gonna have enough mana to get them all to level 3 right now. They certainly should try at the wave at least. Also make sure I'm not missing any item drops. Yes, that's another thing about playing with random people is wanting to pick up items, but not wanting to hog them all. Of course, on Insane, you can't exactly take the time to evaluate them during the map. Who wants to pass? Come on. That mage is being up to him. Hopefully my blockade doesn't go down. I feel like it's probably going to anyway, even though I'm upgrading it. That mage is being very annoying. Can I hit it to back into the beams, please? This is not working. Is there any way to save this without using my EXP bonus? There might not be. Or you don't get blown up. I'm just gonna go ahead and take the shot. I don't think I have any better options. I need to make sure everything else is level 1. And so you don't have to worry about them going down during the boss fight. That is not the key I meant to hit. These are all level 1. I could probably use an upgrade. Repair this as much as I can. And then it's boss time. Hopefully... And let's be honest, it's probably just going to help me as usual. Still gonna try to go it on my own without relying on my defenses. Gosh, this stuff hits so slowly. It's one coil down. And I'm already dead. Okay. Now, since there's only one physical defense, I'll go for my blockade. Standing on the lasers. Critical beam is down. And now, because it has nothing else to target, it will just continue standing on the proton beams. And I think my tower stats are high enough to where they will just kill it before I have to worry about my defenses going down. And none of the kobolds or orcs are making it through, even though it kind of looks like they're close to doing so. Again, this is why I needed to focus on my tower stats going into this, despite focusing on hero stats on the previous map. And that is the first boss down. I think I need to keep putting weights in hero health and tower damage now. Going forward, those are going to be the most important stats. And my hiccups are starting to get bad. Hopefully the shoulder pads I got from this are actually decent. Seems like they are the majority of the time, but sometimes they are just not worth equipping. I mean, they're not good. But I think they're probably better than not having them, at least. I don't think I need to worry about... I guess... think about equipping a new weapon for the time being, at least. You can just lock anything that looks even remotely useful and look at it later. Most of these are pretty bad. I don't know why I even bothered locking that one. Any armor worth using? Because what I have right now is plus IMS. Has higher hero health, but I think is probably not worth using, especially because of the resistances, which are just terrible. Good, unlock that. This. It seems usable, but I wouldn't say it's better than what I have now. Minus 19 hero damage. That's kind of awful. This is probably worth using. Welcome, Peary. Pretty good tower damage, better hero health, better fire resist. Worse physical resistance, but that's fine. Yeah, I'm gonna use that. Thank you, PB, for the bless. Wait, I have a set bonus now. That was not intentional at all. Not sure whether that's going to be worth keeping. Really just depends on what I get later. And the thing about set bonuses is they do kind of throw off evaluating whether something is better or worse than I have, because like it only shows the boosted stats. It doesn't show their base stats. Because honestly, this looks like it generally has better stats, though its resistances probably make it not worth using. Not to mention it would break my set. Go ahead and block all the stuff I can't use yet. Yeah, honestly, these boots are very good. It's gonna be hard to find something better. Yeah, any better stat sticks for the secondary slot? That alliteration was not intentional. Just kind of realized how hissy that sounded. The thing is really standing out to me right now, because the stats that this staff give are already pretty good, at least in terms of the specific stats I'm in the most need of. Go ahead and unlock that at this point. There was one that looked potentially promising, but we haven't fully evaluated it yet. But does this just always give the Huntress weapon? I thought it was supposed to be a 50-50, but I don't think it's ever dropped the apprentice weapon for EV on any attempt of this challenge. Yeah, I'm just gonna stick with what I have. And fully upgrade this now. That bonus makes it a blessed run. Hopefully that's the case. This map isn't that hard, but can be kind of messy. 85 defense units. If I use 2 5-length proton beams and a 4-length buff beam on all 6 paths, it should leave me... Wait, does that use 84 defense units? I think it does. Yeah. I'm just gonna go with that. I'm gonna have to slightly increase the length of one of the buff beams just to get the bonus. EXP bonus. I don't have a ton of time here. I'm not going to be able to set up everywhere. Also not sure how long I can make this before it gets cut off. Sold 5 BU. Put up in here. My weapon really isn't that great, and hopefully I don't have any issues covering all the enemies I can get through. I think my defenses are able to handle the other areas at least. Unfortunately, I did lose out on a bit of experience there, but oh well. Should be able to finish setting up now. We have plenty of mana. Should be enough time. If I can get everything built in time, let me make sure I'm getting the full DU EXP bonus. There we are. I should try to make sure I can get all the chests opened during this wave. As it does go by pretty quick. Especially considering how I position my defenses. Like, hey, do you get all of them though? I didn't pick up all the items, upgrade my buff beams. Or quite some beam damage. I think that's going to be my priority for the moment. And the nice thing about not using blockades on this map is I don't have to worry about the mages clustering up, which tends to be the biggest threat on this map. Honestly, I should upgrade this one first. Missed a couple items there, oh well. Didn't realize those got dropped. This wave is a bit longer, but still fairly short. Don't get too deep in there. And so I probably should have just upgraded the buff beam instead of the proton beams. Oh well. Mention the kobolds. Get this upgrade in. Alright, pick everything up. That points in beam damage. I think that's all the buff beams level 2 now. Go ahead and get them up to level 3. Did I miss anything? Doesn't look like it. And there's still some mana, but didn't miss any equipment at least. In position to open all the chests. Yeah, honestly, just not building any blockades on this map seems to be the way to go. This is going way more smoothly than when I try to use them. Really, when I do play this game with my friends, which happens very rarely because my friends generally don't want to play this game much, I tend to just pick up all the items and then give them the items that I think would be good for them, because there isn't really any time during delays, and also because they don't play as much as I do, so they're not going to be able to evaluate them as well as I am, and also they're just not going to have as good items in their box, so I can just give them all the good ones. It's just the left wave, so you don't have to worry about rushing through all the chests. Does look like answers starting here pretty soon though. All the proton beams at level 1. It'd be fine to just let my defenses handle the rest at this point. And so we'll just pick up items while I'm at it. Or while I'm waiting, I should say. That archer's in the way. There we are. Go ahead and put more points into hero health. pick up everything. And I'm probably... I'm going to take my break here. I'll be back in just a few minutes. Alright, ads are over. I am back. And I'm just gonna go ahead and go through these items. Talk anything potentially useful. Needs to equip anything I'm going to equip, and I'll do one more map after this one. And then I should probably call it for tonight. Yeah, probably about another half hour of streaming tonight. This gives a lot of tower health, or not tower health, hero health. The physical resistance isn't nearly as good though. Probably worth using. Also doesn't break my set bonus. This, on the other hand, all probably not worth it. Especially considering it'll break my set bonus. And again, power stats, but no hero health. Plus the physical resistance is awful. Good luck that. Honestly, it might just be worth it to try to keep the set bonus until I get godly gear. Or rather, until I'm able to equip godly gear. And then I can figure out which set is going to be the best at that point, as I usually do. Plus 20 power damage. And plus 7 hero health. Kind of hard to beat at this point. These gloves aren't very good though. In fact, these definitely seem better than what I'm using. And again, they would break the set bonus. I'm just gonna lock them for now. These actually seem even better. Maybe. Better tower stats versus hero stats. I don't think breaking my set bonus just for a single piece of gear is worth it. Okay, this is also pretty good. Of course, what I'm using now is also very good. I don't know, you could make a case for breaking the set bonus. That's not gonna be worth using, I think. Of course, most of this gear is going to be pretty bad. I'm probably just going to keep using the set. It's a lot of hero health, but doesn't really offer much else. Alright. Guess I'm sticking with this. It be something that gives better stats in here in terms of weapons. Wait. Kind of doubt it. Of course, that's not to say that I wouldn't like to see something better. So we have a silly thing to complain about. Minus 10 power damage. That's pretty rough. I'm just sticking with these. Mixes Castle Armory. On this map, the big threat is going to be the Dark Elf Warriors. Honestly, I don't remember my build for this all that clearly. I think I might go ahead and check that real quick. Okay, these strike-ups are getting kind of hard to handle. Is there a specific build I run? I have a setup I used last time that works very well. So I think I'm going to want to stick with that. I just need a reminder of exactly what it was I used. Okay. So it's 3 beams per side in the back. 2 beams on each of the bridges. But 50 turtle defense units? Actually, I think I was using 4 lengths. That only gives me 20. And I guess that works. And I probably want buff beams. In which case... I'm just going to... go ahead and stir it. And if I use 4 lengths, You're in Shira. Then for links in the back. Why do I feel like I'm so short on mana? That doesn't seem right. Let's do it like this. Never mind, that also doesn't seem right. I'm gonna stick with doing it this way. Did I accidentally make that one too long? I think I did. I really have kind of worried about that at the moment. So I need to... the crystals. I actually just lose. Okay. I messed that up really badly. And honestly, I think part of it was just how bad my weapon was. Also the fact that I hesitated too much on building. I didn't have the time. Oh well. Honestly, this is probably a good point to end stream. I was going to end it with that map anyway. Which means finding someone to raid now. Who is streaming? There's someone else playing down in Defenders right now. I can raid. I'll go ahead and do that. Alright, well... if you're watching on YouTube and would like to join the raid, feel free to switch over to Twitch. The stream obviously could have gone better, but I think it also went significantly better than I was worried it might, considering I could have gotten stuck on Magus Quarters again like last time. But at least I was able to avoid that happening. Next stream will likely be another cage lock stream next weekend. If not, I will plan on streaming Run and Bun, which I do have another video of publishing tomorrow, or I guess in 14 hours. So hopefully people actually like that video. But anyway, as always, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.